Hi everyone, I'm Chelsea. Welcome back to Lighthearted Kitchen, and today we are going to talk about why your grocery store might be failing you. Have you ever bought strawberries from the grocery and just felt like they tasted kind of sad, or got a tomato that looked perfect but tasted a little bit like water? That's kind of what we're going to get into today. The difference between shopping locally from your local farms or farmers markets, growing your own produce versus shopping at the grocery store. Here's the thing. Your modern grocery store is not built for community, local produce, or bringing you the best nutrients. It is built for shelf life. And this is really important to know, that when a grocery store is trying to make profits, they are going to do what they can to preserve their food for as long as possible. It might seem like a simple concept, but we're going to really break down what that means for the local food systems. Your apple that you're buying might look really shiny and gorgeous, but that's because it's actually been waxed to survive up to 10 days on the shelf, or 10 days traveling from potentially another country just to get to the grocery store. The system is truly just designed for efficiency and profit rather than nutrient density, which is definitely what we should all be craving at this point. That really matters because from the second that a produce is picked, it starts losing nutrient density. So we want to be eating our produce as soon as possible after it's harvested. Vitamin C, for example, can drop significantly just after a couple days. So if you have an orange that's been sitting out for 10 days in travel or on the shelf, it might be almost completely nutrient depleted. By the time your food arrives on the shelf, it's often traveled 1,500 miles or more before reaching there, which is almost the distance from New York to Los Angeles. So if you just think about that, spanning the entire United States is how far your food is traveling to get to you, which is not just a big hit to your health and your nutrition, but also a big hit to the environment if you really think about it. Beyond what you're paying at checkout, let's go through the hidden costs. You have nutritional costs. So there's less nutrient-dense food, which also means that you might be eating enough calories, but you're still lacking key vitamins and minerals. And then the environmental cost. You have massive emissions from shipping and all the single-use packaging. You have an economic cost. Every dollar spent at a big box grocery chain is a dollar that's not going to a local farmer. And then there's the cultural cost. We are becoming so disconnected from what is in season and what it means to actually support our culture and our culture's food in our immediate areas. So what's the alternative? A food system that is a network of people, resources, and processes that get food from the ground to your plate in as least amount of time as possible. The difference is huge. Instead of traveling thousands of miles, your food might just travel 20 or 50 to get to you. Instead of being picked unripe in order to survive the transportation, it's being harvested at peak ripeness. That means better taste, more nutrients, and more money going right back into your community. Here's how we plug into the local food system. Farmers markets, asking questions like what is in season right now, and looking up your local farmers markets to see what day they are showing up in your community and how you can support them. There's CSA boxes, which is community supported agriculture, and in a ton of counties all over the United States, they have this program where you can buy a box and it'll be seasonal produce that's delivered to you every week. And then we have farm stands. These are small, unplanned stands that aren't like a full farmer's market, but they're still your local farmers popping up somewhere around town. When you do connect with a farmer, this one's important. I want you to remember to show up consistently, because it's really important to them to know that they have people in the community and that they're still willing to show up because they have consistent people that are going to come back and buy for them. Sometimes it's not super profitable for them to show up at the farmers markets either, but it's important for them to also be there for you if you're showing up consistently. Relationships really make the local food world go round. And let's talk about growing on your own, even if you don't have a yard or a farm or a garden. So you can even grow just a bit of your own food at home. You can grow windowsill herbs. So basil, parsley, cilantro all grow really great in a windowsill. They love sunlight and minimal space. Microgreens, they're ready in just under 2 weeks, and you can also grow them inside in your kitchen. And balcony containers, you can put out a little container, put it up or on top of your balcony or outside of your window, and you can grow cherry tomatoes, peppers, even dwarf citrus. Growing even just a little bit connects you back to your food. You'll taste the difference, and you'll never really want to look back at those grocery store shelves again. So the grocery store isn't evil, but let's just say it's not really built for you. It's not built to maximize your vitamin and mineral intake. It's built to maximize their own profits. So as long as we keep that in mind, I mean, it's not one size fits all, but I do think it's important to remember that it's not actually for you. And the good news is that you can totally step outside of that system. One tomato, one handshake with a farmer at the farmer's market at a time. Next time you bite into something fresh or homegrown or locally grown, just really taste that flavor and the difference that it makes to try something that hasn't been refrigerated, that hasn't traveled 1,500 miles, and that was picked at peak ripeness. I would love to hear in the comments, what is one local food that you have tried this week or that you want to try this week? Let us know, and let us know if you enjoyed this video. And if there's any other questions that you have, we'd absolutely love to answer. I'd love to make more videos on this topic, so leave them in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want to see more.